Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I like to be here. And for what reason? As DJ said, I'm coming from a manufacturing environment, and the manufacturing environment is 90% male. Now I'm in an HR environment, and I feel very comfortable. So, I would like to talk a little bit about three keys about motivation in the digital age. Practically, it's a little bit crazy because the one has nothing to do with the other. So motivation is one thing, and it's an eternal thing. It has been in the medieval ages, it had been in the Stone Age, it has been always the same. Even today, the DNA of motivation didn't change. So it's a little bit whatever, but listen, and then you will understand the message. The problem is when we are talking about digital age, I don't want to tell you now the old blurry stories which everybody says, times change, disruptive, we don't order the taxi anymore, we call Didi, we download, we pay with WeChat and all that crap. Forget it. Everybody knows this, I don't need to tell you this. But I would like to tell you some other effects of this digitalization. My first statement is, you do not exist if you do not post. What does that mean? Look to the behavior of the people. If you do not reply fast enough on a post, you are out of business. You are continuously catching attention. You are continuously catching attention of others, and the others continuously catch your attention. So, psychologists say we are living in an age of attention economy. If you don't pay attention in due time, you're out. What do you think? An average adult, age 20 to 39, statistics show, not only in China, everywhere, how often does an average adult, age 20 to 39, between 7 a.m. in the morning and 10 p.m. in the evening, unlock the mobile phone to check the message? Average.
How many times? Yeah.
How many times per day, average, one person?
5,000.
Just to check a message. 1,000 is not possible because a day has not so many minutes. It's statistically spoken 135 times. So 135 times you unlock your phone during the day and you check your message. Just to check if there's an update of a message. I'm not counting the time where you go intentionally to the mobile phone where you search something. No. Not at all, just update. Assuming every check of the message takes 2 minutes, because for sure when you are there, you are there. Assuming the workday, I'm not speaking about 996, it's another story. The workday starts in our company at 8 and stops at 5, so after I'm 8, 5, 5. And during this 8-5-5, if you accumulate it, you come up to 2.5 hours every day absence because of checking messages. 2.5 hours every day. It's called habit to check. Psychologists have a very nice name. You know the name nomophobia? Nomophobia. No mobile phone phobia. It's when you're running out of power, when you don't have a stable Wi-Fi, when you don't have a good connection, people get panic. They might lose a message. They could do something. And some psychologists say it's a real illness. It's a real illness. This habit to check leading to nomophobia. So we cannot change it. Absolutely we cannot change it, but we have to handle it. We have to be aware about it, we have to cope with it, we have to handle it. Because nomophobia becomes an illness. Honestly, amongst all of us, raise your hand. Now it's a very honest question, a little bit private question. All of you raise your hand. In the night, when you are sleeping in your bed, is your mobile phone more than 2 meters away from you or not? If the mobile phone is less than 2 meters from your sleeping position, be honest, raise your hand. I would say 90% easily do. Guys, you are my friends, but you are addicted. You have nomophobia. Be aware of it. You need to know this, because if you don't know it, you cannot handle it. Another problem I would like to add: if you 135 times change the attention from the work you're doing to the message checking to the work you're doing, how much is the deepness level of concentration you are available to pay? How much concentration you still can afford on the work you're doing? In manufacturing world, we call this setup time. You do something new, you have to do a setup time first to become back focused. So if you have 135 times in average a setup resynchronization, how much is the deepness level of the message, of the information, of the attention you can go inside? I think you can answer this for yourself. I have also one study here. All documents which are called online, which you call online to read, only 15% of these documents will be finished reading. That means 85% of the documents you start reading online, you will not finish. I think, look to the mirror. Look to the mirror. If you start reading a book, usually the rate is much higher to finish. If you read information online, only 15% of the information you start reading, you stop before finishing it. Be careful about it. The last point I want to tell you, which is also very critical, our life becomes visual. People lose the possibility to understand contextual sense, text contextual. Everything becomes visual because of this very short attention time, because of this very fast resynchronization time. Everything becomes visual. But it's also a crazy trend, In my age, when I go to a concert, I'm sitting in the concert, I'm staying there, I'm enjoying the music. Nowadays, you go to the concert and you're seeing the concert through your screen because you want to post it to others. And you want to show others where you have been. You go sightseeing, you go on holiday, you do all the things, but you don't see them live anymore. You see them visuals through the screens because your intention is to post it. Remember my first sentence: who do not post does not exist. So you don't have the direct experience anymore of what you are really consuming. So only you can consume clips, short video clips. Everything below 3 minutes you can memorize. And it must be visual and it must be video. Why I'm telling you all these things? You cannot change it. It's our society. It's where we are in. But you have to know it, because then you can handle it, and then you can transfer this into your company. And then suddenly, this tiles of war, Lao Tzu, you can make the weakness to a strength. You can turn it around, and you can make it to develop your company instead of to permanently claim about and that there are some threats outside of the excessive use of these little mobile devices. So make it to your strength by reacting correctly about it. And I will show you then some reactions, which I summarized here. I call it the 7 theses. And in the 7 theses, you will understand what I'm talking about. But until now, I'm just speaking negatively, a little bit critical. There's also a blessing out of it. You must see the full picture. And honestly, you lose 2 to 3 hours every day people's attention, but the benefit this digital age gives to you outnumbers that. That means under the line, it's still positive. Why it is positive? First, information is available instantly everywhere. You don't have to care about information distribution so much, because if the information is out of value, it distributes. That's a law. Hierarchies disappear. I was a little bit smiling before. Hierarchy is totally not anything for the future anymore. Absolutely forget it. CJ said it, I have in my own factory over there, I have around 1,500 employees. I have around 600, 500 each contacts through all levels. If something happens in this company, I know it instantly. I can react immediately. Some of my media managers, they hate it because I know it earlier than they know. And I break the laws of hierarchy, you know. This one informs this one informs this one, and some media managers, they really get scared because he knows everything much faster than I do. No, but this is a blessing, because if you join the relevant groups and there is an event happening, everybody who should know knows immediately. You don't need to wait for the traditional channels of communication and so on. You can research information, you can share information. Hierarchy disappears. Who cares if I'm connected with somebody in WeChat and I'm discussing about one of my hobbies? I don't care if this person I'm chatting with is a general manager, is a president, is a guardhouse keeper, or is a gardener. If he is an expert on which I am contacting him, he is my friend. So organizations of hierarchy change into organizations of competence. They change into networks of competence. So we must learn a little bit to let go this hierarchy structure thinking. There's a box for everybody. We must come into the acceptance that the organization will become more competence-based networking. And this is how we have to drive our companies, this is how we have to develop our companies. So, what do I want to tell you? My 7th thesis. Maybe you can change to the second slide. By the way, it's intentionally, I will not show you the slides because I want you to listen to me. It's a little trick. I was working many years as a consultant, but I'm also a factory guy, and factory guys love KPIs. And one of the KPI is, when I'm talking to you, how many people of you are looking to me, how many people of you are looking to the slides, and how many people of you are looking to the mobile phone. If I don't catch more than 90%, actually I'm in a quite good level, if I look around, if I don't catch more than 90% looking to me, my presentation is very bad. So this is a self-reflection, you know. I will always be in contact with my customers, I always get the feedback from my customers, and suddenly I see the mobile phone looking rate increasing up to more than 10%, I need to change my presentation style. Then I need to start singing or dancing or speaking more louder or speaking more silent, and immediately the faces are there. But to give you the chance, at the end of my short report, you see both slides with all key takeaways, and we are in a digital age. Take pictures. You will not get a paper print out, you will not do anything else, just take the visuals, take pictures, and you have all the key statements of my speech right now here with you. Now, the 7th thesis. First, stop functional thinking and start thinking in processes. We are not in an organization anymore where we have an HR department, a quality department, an R&D department, a function department. We are thinking in processes. We have a hiring process, we have a development process, we have a manufacturing process, we have a selling process. That means organization goes process-wise and not function-wise. First thesis. Second thesis, stop creating heroes and start creating teams. People are always coming in the area, heroes are the kings, you know, the one who saves the company every morning. Because if there are problems, there are heroes. If you solve the problems, you don't have heroes anymore. So heroes need problems. So kill the heroes, because heroes guarantee that you have problems. That's the logic. Create teams. Stop creating specialists. Start creating interdisciplinary universalists. People who know how to get information, not people who carry the information with their brains, because this information will be outdated in 2-3 years. Create people who are able to gain information, to structure information, to collect information, to connect information. Start micromanagement. Stop micromanagement. Start self-organized teams. Stop creating isolated knowledge pools. Very dangerous because then you have a communication barrier. No isolated knowledge pools. It's very important. Like I said, we have a lot of WeChat groups, and I remember nearly all of them. If something happens, I know it. There is not a quality department who has a knowledge pool about what's going on in quality, and an HR department who has a knowledge pool what's going on in HR. It's a shared information in the company. My saying in the company is always, every individual in the company must have a clear understanding about his personal value add to the purpose of the company. So decouple it from the function. Everybody has a purpose for the company. And this is what you have to nourish. Stop having fixed working places and time setups. Create flexible environments. I was sitting there outside, I'm doing my emails, and sometimes I'm listening. And I'm available in the company even I'm not there. And if it is necessary, I'm there. You know, you become more virtual. You don't need to go 9 to 5 every day to the office and be there. Be there where the purpose of your company tells you it's more efficient to be. And the last but not least, I was smiling before with Chris. There was before one presentation. Yeah, we digitized our leave management. People now, before when they want to leave the company, they have to sign. Now we digitized it by using this and that tool, and we can make it now online, even on the iPhone while traveling. Why people need to apply for leave? If people are really self-managed entrepreneurs, they know when they can afford to leave. You don't need to apply to a boss and ask him, can I leave, boss? This is the old ritual of power. But it's not a competence nourishing. You do not appreciate the individual person. Because a person knows, nobody knows better than the person itself when it's the right time to leave, I can afford to leave. That's the responsibility which the people have to be developed for. And not ask the boss and get the blessing of the boss. You know? This is digital age, in my understanding, which goes more to the self-management, self-organized teams instead of digitized, strict processes. So that's a little bit the second part of my speech. The seventh thesis, if you follow this thesis, maybe you can get some inspiration in which direction you can handle the effects which I told you at the beginning of my speech. Last, how many minutes do I have still? Go ahead. Normally I speak for hours. But I would like to tell you what I said in the beginning. Motivation is eternal. It has nothing to do with digital age. It has something to do with people. So you must understand the people. The first problem I want to tell you, what a lot of people make wrong, they use the word to motivate somebody. If you hear somebody saying this, kick them out. They have no idea how life is going. You cannot motivate somebody. Motivation is not a translative. You cannot transfer it. You can only create it. That means motivation grows in somebody. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. It's a state of, you cannot motivate somebody. I can help that somebody gets motivated. I can support people to become motivated. I cannot motivate somebody. So if somebody uses the word to motivate somebody, remind this speech and tell him this word does not exist. So, what is the secret of motivation? I will show you a very simple graph. Maybe you will remember it. Everybody can see this? Okay. This is time. This is challenge. individual on this planet has a level in the challenge line, which is called routine. Everything you do below this level is called routine. You know how to do it. You're expert to do it. You can reproduce it as many times as you want in a very high quality. Managers like to keep employees in the routine level because then employees become predictable. Employees are a manageable resource if you keep them in the routine level. This is wrong. Because with routine, you never rock the world. You just stay average. So, but you need to know this routine level is for each and everybody individual. And each and everybody has a second level. I call it overload. If I challenge you with something which is above the overload level, you will never tell me the truth. You will never tell me, sorry, I'm overloaded. No, you will tell me, we have this and that problem in the process. This and that information is missing. This and that machine is not working. This and that, whatever, blah, 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 and so on. You will never tell me, sorry, I'm overloaded. But you are clearly in the overload level because you cannot manage it. So never bring people into the overload level. It's also a golden rule. But you must know your people because for each and everyone, the levels are different. If I go to the Shanghai hospital and say, oh, my appendix hurts, can you take it out? The Shanghai hospital says, oh, no problem, it's routine, go to the OR room. 10 minutes later, appendix is out, routine. If I ask you, oh, my appendix hurts, please can you take it out? Maybe you're getting into the overload level. Maybe you don't feel comfortable to take my appendix out. Maybe me too. So the level is individual for each person. And this is the management responsibility. If you want to be a good manager, you must know one thing. Know from each of your direct reports the routine level and the overload level. And manage the people accordingly. Now comes the secret. What is in between routine and overload? That's my secret. Let's start in another way. Why do people drive with the bicycle through the desert? Why do people climb to Mount Everest? Why do people crazy things like jumping from a building with a parachute on and so on? And they even pay for that. You don't need to give them a salary. They pay for that. And why? Because the people are in a state of mind which is above routine and below overload. Above routine means it's giving me a thrill, it's giving me a kick, it's giving me energy, it's giving me passion. Below overload means I still believe I can do it. It's not out of my boundaries. And this area here is called flow. People are getting into flow. And the good thing is people are paying money for getting into flow. You don't need to pay salary to your employees. Just keep them in the flow. They will give you money when you're working in this company. A little bit crazy, but go in this direction. If you want to be a perfect manager, know your people, incorporate the things I've talked about before, about the digital influences, answer with the 7 levers, and when it comes to the motivation level of your people, keep them in the flow. But this is a skill of knowing your people, knowing the individuals, knowing the individual person, knowing the identity, respecting them, cherishing them. And now comes the very last secret, and then I'm already done. I hope. You don't know what's the final? If I, as a 10 minutes, oh good, I have more. So if I manage to keep you in the flow, I give you a challenge which is above your routine level. You will feel energized. You will feel motivated. You will feel respected. You know that you can manage it because it's below your overload. That's what I call motivation. You have some inner spirit which drives you to crack this problem, to accept this challenge. And the good thing is, as you all know, if you manage to do this challenge one time, if you manage to do it 2 times, if you manage to do it 3 times, what happens? It becomes routine. So, the routine level goes up. So, what? The same level of challenge over the time goes from flow area to routine area. Now comes the better secret. You can give a new challenge. And so on. The secret of this story is, even this one is already clearly overloaded. Originally. You know, in the original point of view, this challenge here, you would never have given to this colleague because it's already in the overload area. But by challenging the colleagues in the flow area and making this challenge to routine, you're ready for new challenges. And this is called continuous development. And this is a kind of very healthy process for motivation, because you challenge, the people feel comfortable, the people feel great, the people feel strong that they can contribute. You repeat it a few rounds and then ready for the next challenge. And with the time, this goes up and up and up. Without huge tool support, without huge financial support, without huge consulting support. Sorry for the consultants here in the room. You don't need that. Just be a good manager, know your people, challenge your people, know the flow channel of each and everybody, and bring them here step by step up. And the secret is, this is running without digital support, because this is a human interaction. And that's my message to you. Handle the digital effects from the beginning, which I told you. Be aware of them. You can force them into strengths for your company by applying the 7 thesis, which I said before. This is the one strategy. This is the digital supported strategy. But never forget the motivation level, and never forget the motivation psychology of people, which means keep them as much as possible in the flow. And now let's be realistic. It's very unrealistic that you can keep each and everybody every day in the flow. Very unrealistic. But as a good responsible manager, you can take care that everybody has a piece and a portion and a bit in the daily working life. This gives you this flow. That means maybe I have 6 hours or 7 hours a routine job, but I put a flavor on it. I put some challenge on it. Maybe it's not even belonging to your own area of responsibility. Remember what I said about networking of competences. But every and each employee deserves a certain flavor of flow in every day's work. And if you care for this, if you train this, if you develop this as a management strategy, you can survive with your company, you can bring your company to new levels, even with all these digital threats, which I said before, that the attention of the people, the ability to stay focused on a certain while, and also the need for attention, the nomophobia, and the self-placement with continuously visual effects, this we have to live with. But this is an eternal solution which works since 500 years, and I'm pretty sure it will also work the next 500 years. And this is completely free of any tools. It's just know your people, and like your people, love your people, handle your people with respect, know their flow, keep them in the flow, and the organization develops to the direction you want to go. That's more or less my message I would like to share with you. Thank you. Now we can show the 2 pictures if you want to.
There is no more phobia, there is also no PPT phobia. Everybody is
is lost when there's no people. This one. The picture is.
But I must make you a compliment. I really check all the time, not more than 2 or 3 people at the time are looking to the mobile phone. So.
Also, something about Siemens. Siemens Suzhou has been voted as one of the best employers in Suzhou as well. So anyone looking for a career change in Suzhou? What's that? What's the here? This was supposed to be page 1, so that was page 2.
Fully digital.
Now you can post on WeChat and prove that. Okay, so questions, please. Yes.
Eddie from EF. Thank you very much for the great presentation. I have one question regarding that graph. So let's say, for example, I'm managing a sales team. Yeah. So we can set up the goals, the minimum higher every year when they achieve the higher goals. So probably every year I try to set a little bit higher when they achieve it, right? So how do I know you're saying no, but I would like to ask your advice about, okay, if not that way, what kind of dimension I need to think about? Let's say moving to the leadership side or something, because I have experience that I have very good performance salespeople being successful for a couple of years, and no matter how high you set the goal anymore or how much bonus you promise to them, they probably are not that motivated to achieve the goals you set for them. So I would like to know what kind of more dimension I can think about.
The dimension is very easy. You saw my face when you said goals and then you said sales. If you figure the sales goals in revenue, in money, forget it. Then you are in the old style, then you do not need this picture. This is traditional routine management. The routine management is you make targets in revenue, you make targets in whatever, you deploy the targets, you let the people sign the targets, and you let the people push, force, speed, whatever you want to do, but this is routine job. This is not a matter of my speech. When I say flow channel, it doesn't bring any sales guy into flow to give him a higher revenue target. You must know your people individual ambition. Maybe this person has a great whatever hobby in football or whatever. Then you say, one of your targets is develop a new customer in the football soccer area. You know? And that is individually looking to this person, connecting his personal ambition for football and so on. So you do not say, I want to have 3 million RMB more revenue. You look to the person and say, what is his flow? And then you convert this into strength. And then you say, okay, develop a dedicated customer out of the area of soccer or whatsoever. Because you know this is a flow topic of this employee. But this you cannot do for a team. This you must make one by one individual. And that's the purpose of this graph. Not saying you make new revenue targets on this principle. Okay?
So you mean that I need to check and link to their own preference?
Know your people.
Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiring sharing. I really like it a lot. Since you're talking about challenge, so I hope that my question is not that challenging. So because I really like your presentation, so I just want to ask you how many percentage of your management team are using your 7 secrets to motivate their team?
It's a continuous process, and the 7 theses are not a state, they are a direction. This you must understand, because a state you can reach, a direction we will never finish. So it gives you a thinking into a certain direction. And if you ask me for numbers, I will always say we reached 30%. But I would have told you we reached 30% 10 years ago, and I will also tell you we reached 30% in 10 years. Even we make progress, but it's the state of mind to understand. For example, when I make very provocative statement, say, why are you giving the people's bosses permission to take holiday? You know, you can see it literally and go back to your company and say, from tomorrow onwards, nobody needs to make a signature for going on holiday. Then you didn't understand my speech, because this is not a stage. It is a direction of respecting and developing your employees, that they get self-organized enough that theoretically they don't need anymore to make an application for holiday, because they are self-organized and responsible enough to decide when is the right time to go on holiday, and they don't need to ask for permission. So it's a state of mind, it's a direction, but it's not a state of to be reached in a literal physical way.
Thank you. Very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful speech. So I'm Lindsay from EM again. I have a question. So between that, you mentioned there's no hero versus no specialist. We also have a question in terms of like, we want to create someone who be the team or role leader or someone who is that is a role model in how to do it. How would you connect to this actually?
Very good point. I have a very strong belief this comes top down. That means you never can ask your employees to show a certain psychological, social, interactive behavior if you are not having the same levels to yourself. You cannot develop somebody to say, you must be collaborative, you must be communicative, you must be whatever, blah, 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 integrative, you must be blah, 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 attentive, whatsoever, by giving him a recipe what he has to do. My role is, if you are trying at least, it's also a statement you will never reach, but if you are trying at least to put these things to your own behavior, people will follow it, they will copy it, they will take it as a company culture element. So my only part is, I try to give as much as I can of my personal behavior to my management team, that they copy this behavior, at least the parts they feel comfortable with, again to their teams. It's a pure top-down approach. You cannot define a company culture and send people to trainings to learn a company culture. Only consultants can offer you such a talk. It's impossible. Sorry.
Okay, this time straight. I don't know. You need to get some
You will never hire me again.
No, I think Christian has done something that's similar to a TED Talk, right? Yes. So can we have a round of applause for Christian here? Christian is also going to a flight. He needs to be at a dinner in Chengdu at 9. So if you don't catch him during the break, just run to the airport. Let us know. If there's any questions, let us know. We'll find a way to reach out.
If you have any feedback or any comments or whatsoever, you find me in LinkedIn. So connect to me in LinkedIn and I will get an answer and so on. Okay? Thank you.